In my 40s, I still can beat 20 years old Carter. Careful, don't scratch the car.
The man of the hour, Mr. JD.
Yes, I am an engineer. I love cars. I have classic Ferrari, the classic Porsches. It was very tough. I lost everything, but I found Doplohtiga.
What describes a healthy, balanced lifestyle?
I want the money to come in anytime I want, and I want to rest. You will fail, you should fail, you must fail, have more battle scars, but you have to love that part of you where you regret doing it rather than not doing it. You cannot come to me and brag that you have a Ferrari in your 20s.
Do you like DGD more or DGR?
That's a tough question. I did 1 hour show in iFlix. I wanted to be a playboy. If you make a girl laugh, you will win her heart.
What about the investment on gold?
This is gold bars with tires. You just need 2 books, Al-Quran and Think and Grow Rich. 2.5 million when you retire.
You are not supposed to worry about the money. Money will come and find its way.
Okay, he knows more than enough, so I think I'm out.
Hello.
All right, we are here at the Malaysian Tourism Center, and I'm joined by the man of the hour, Mr. JD.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on here with us.
Thank you so much for inviting.
Of course, we have Omer from Link & Co.
Yeah.
Welcome, man. Welcome back.
Thank
All right,
you.
today is very special. It's the Distinguished Gentleman's
Drive, Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur edition,
2024,
which
yeah.
you brought to life. You made it possible to be
Alhamdulillah.
here.
Thank you all of you. Yeah.
It's really an amazing initiative for men's mental health and
True.
health in general.
True.
And it's a great thing that you brought it also to Malaysia. Not only like is it an international event, but also here.
Yeah.
We're grateful. So to start this off, I would love to know a little bit about yourself. If
Okay.
you could give us a brief introduction.
Brief introduction. Okay, I'm an engineer by profession. I had a degree in mechanical system engineering from Shinshu University of Japan.
Oh.
I graduated in 2004. We did boundary element method. I'm trying to talk some engineering here, which I don't remember. But I did a thesis, final year thesis, doing a project for Bridgestone. Do you know Bridgestone?
Bridgestone, of course.
Bridgestone is a very big tire company
Okay.
in the world, from Japan. Technically Bridgestone is the name of the founder. Bridge is Hashi, stone is Ishi. So
Oh.
Ishibashi is the name.
Oh.
So Bridgestone is the name of the founder. They make great tires. Before, when there was Formula One in Schumacher's era, when Schumacher was champion with Ferrari, Bridgestone is one of the leading brand of tires. Why is it so important? Because I love cars, and tires are important.
Yes.
Tires are important to you do karting as well.
Yeah,
You know how much
yeah.
the time when you have fresh tires on it.
I just have one used tire in my house that we got after the karting. I just put it as a
Ah.
souvenir for
Every
me.
race you need to have new tires, so
Yeah.
you get improve your time. So yeah, I did my final year thesis for Bridgestone. Then I worked with a small medium company in Japan.
Okay.
Technically, in my final year, I met my mentor, a father figure to me.
Wow.
He was the one who changed my perspective of life, because I'm just a typical boy from Malaysia who grew up not having a father. My father passed away when I was 6 years old.
Sorry to hear.
Don't be. It's good. It's
Natural phenomenon.
yes, it's silver lining for me.
Of course.
But I hadn't a father figure. So when I met him, I doubted his motives and his advice, because I think I'm smart. I'm a smart aleck. So I know everything. I got scholarship from government.
Wow.
I think I know everything. But with this man, I just bluntly took his advice as a father figure. So he said, you should be an entrepreneur, a businessman. You cannot work with people. I know you. You are stubborn.
Oh.
You are hard-headed. So I don't think you can work well with people. But you have to have your own business. Blah blah blah. Cut the story short. So he said, I have to work with a small company With small company, you have big tasks. You know, you are sitting right next to the boss. Blah blah blah. Cut the story short. I don't know how many hours you have.
Well, I have
Because
all day,
I will
all
talk.
day.
I will
I'm
talk long.
chill, and that's why I called you in the evening, so no one rushed. So it's
Yeah.
like,
So yeah,
Good
then
point.
long story short, I work with the second largest enterprise in the district, the state itself. Is it Azan?
yeah,
Should we stop a bit?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. So yeah, then my father figure, his name was Toya, Mr. Toya, or Japanese will put it Toya-san. San means Mister. It's an honorary title. So Toya-san. He said you should work. You should have your own company, your own enterprise, because in a smaller setup you will meet the founders, the man behind the scene. You can be in the big companies, big giants, because by the right path, I have a scholarship from Malaysian government. Every year they send around 100 students to Japan. So I will pick one of them from my high school results. So my task is to bring back the knowledge from Japan. And most of the time, the path were given to us was coming back and working with giants like Sony, Toshiba, JVC.
Damn.
They are ready for us.
Yeah.
So I have the third language, I can speak Japanese. So the jobs are waiting, were waiting. So that was my designated path.
All right.
But I was thinking, because I don't have any background of business family. My mother sold
Ang Pao?
kueh, you know,
Oh.
those cookies
Cookies.
for living. Just the two of us. Then when I was 10 years old, our grandmother came and lived with us. So the three of us. So she was the sole provider for the house.
You don't
Although-
have any siblings, right?
No, the parents, my parents, who adopted me when I was small, don't have children.
Oh.
So my adopted father passed away when I was 6. This is gonna be long, but I'm not gonna talk about it today.
It's
So
alright.
yeah, so that will be one of the story behind my
Yeah,
back.
definitely.
But yeah, so the three of us, which the entrepreneurship from my mother, where I picked a bit in my burger business, where I will talk about it a bit later. But yeah, I listened to my father, Mr. Toya, that I have to work with a small or medium company. So this is going to be a good advice for young entrepreneurs. You should work with someone first. You should get all the knowledge from these SMEs, especially when you are 20s. You cannot come to me and brag that you have a Ferrari in your 20s. It will be two types of people who can drive Ferrari in their 20s. One is inheritance, second is scammer.
That's
It's-
true.
it's-
That's true.
It won't happen unless you start coding when you are 15 years old.
True.
Yeah.
If you start
Yeah.
coding in your 15 years old, like Elon Musk, like Steve Jobs, these people start early. So 10 years time, yes.
But
you can,
even if
Possible.
in that age you get a Ferrari at 20, that still doesn't make sense, because at 20 you are supposed to put that money somewhere else, not to get a
yeah,
Ferrari.
but
Right.
so that will be the two options.
Yeah.
So if you are 20s, if you are listening to this podcast, in your 20s, you can impress me by being the most knowledgeable, the most skillful. Then I will be impressed. I won't be impressed with whatever you have in possessions.
True.
So yeah,
Wow.
this is for, so in your 20s, learn.
Learn.
That's what I did. So that's why my mentor tell me, because I went to the university, I don't think I learned many things because I was, I think you guys know about this. When the path was chosen by your fathers or your mothers or the society, you will pretend or you will find a way to get around it to get the paper. You know, I don't know about you, but that's what I did. Oh, I need to have a certificate to be hired in a big companies.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll lie, I'll cheat.
True.
I'll just call a friend. Hey, please take my attendance today. Hey, can I borrow your assignment?
Okay.
We do that.
True,
Yeah.
true, true.
So you don't learn anything.
Yeah.
And I would agree with your university point because I graduated this year, and somehow because I was third in the family, my parents were like, okay, yeah, you go on, choose whatever you want to choose, because one elder brother is engineer, he's doing business. The second one is computer science, he's doing business. And at third they were like, okay, it doesn't make
Do
sense
whatever
to
you
make,
wanna
yeah.
do, okay.
And even after doing whatever I wanted to do, I still didn't get the results what I was expecting from university, because I said it's very bold thing, but universities are scam somehow.
We
In
talk
some
about it
cases,
later,
yeah.
guys.
Let's not get too deep. But yeah, let's all agree that like,
Yeah.
work life kind of is the most educational.
Because if you're not
hands-on
getting
learning.
Hands on, yeah. This is what
Yeah.
we need to do now.
True, true, true. If
So-
you're not learning the exact experiences and working with people and stuff, for this event, Santa Classic, we had volunteers and stuff. And luckily, because we got the idea that, okay, let's bring volunteers to our events and stuff, and they get the experience of how it works in the businesses. In universities, they are stuck with limited amount of people, with limited amount of resources and limited amount of like events going on in the university. They don't know what's going out. And even if someone understands that what's going out, they are hesitant that, oh, it's too much work and without money and this and that. So because that picture is never installed in kids' minds,
true.
that you are not supposed to worry about the money. Money will come and find its way. Like it will come to you. It won't stop. Like it will never miss you if it's written for you. But if I feel like just need to be more experimental, more working stuff, and just like find a way. Which universities I really don't think they provide.
Okay, he knows more than enough, so I think I'm out.
Yeah, we're just starting.
I just
Oh, okay.
graduated, so I
Okay.
was telling you my
Yeah,
experience.
well, I'm sure it's experience.
Yeah.
Man. All right.
So yeah, so that was my. That's where I started my entrepreneurial. Then I came back to Malaysia. I worked with the SME for 3 years. I got the license to be their distributor, to have my own gig. So I started my own gig in 2008. Well, that was a tough part because my mentor is a great engineer. He taught me about being an engineer, but he wasn't an entrepreneur himself.
Okay.
So he don't have the notes for me, where I struggle a little not little, quite big a problem when I started because I don't have the money. Luckily, when I was in Japan, I work as a paper boy. I send newspaper in the morning. I wake up at 3. Then I go to the paper shop. Then I take around 100 papers. Then I distributed it around couple of hours to buy a sports car. To buy my first sports car, which is the white RX-7.
Oh.
I wanted the car so much, so 1.5 year I collected the funds, so I bought cash my first sports car.
Wow.
And I didn't go to school most of the day because
You were asking your friend to put
I
your
came
attendance.
home at 7 in the morning. I tried to sleep a bit. I said, okay, I'm going to go to my class at 9. And I missed the class. I woke up at 3. So that happens for the whole year. But I got my sports car. But that was the car that I had as my leverage to start my first business. Luckily, because when I came back with the car to Malaysia, I wanted to be a playboy. So yeah, that's a playboy car, typically. So I came back, but my mentor see through me, said, your salary as an engineer is only 3,000. You can barely fill the tank with high RON petrol
97,
because
yeah.
90. Yeah, I have to use the highest.
Yeah.
So, and the tire was all worn out. So I know I didn't have the right amount of money to maintain the car. So he said, sell the car, use it as a leverage to start your own business. Because that was one of the lessons that nobody will help you when you start, unless you have a very rich family, rich parent. I went to all the banks, said, show me your portfolio. Huh? Because I was a boy with scholarship. I was a top student since I was in my elementary school. Everything was given to me. Nah, scholarship, nah, money,
But
go
that
there.
first car you bought yourself, which was
I
like
bought
first
myself,
step into
yeah.
entrepreneurship.
Then
which is
I
very
thought
impressive.
everybody will help me to start my business. So I said, government will help me. Nope. If you are not well connected, it's the who's who, the right,
right
connection
people,
in
yeah.
Malaysia, then you will get nothing.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I went to all the banks. They said this and that. I said, yeah, this is tough. So I had to sell the car. My pride and joy. I sold the car to a 16-year-old rich boy. 16-year-old, yeah.
Yeah.
They have this one mid-school exam that the father celebrated by buying him the car I bought with my.
Oh.
Like your own work.
But that boy got it for
From his
Like
dad.
a gift.
with a minimum requirement from the exam. That's life.
It's not even like he's not even worth it.
Yes.
You know, like he didn't.
That's
I didn't
life.
do enough for it.
I told him
Yeah.
I got straight A's when I was your age. I only got pulut kuning, the yellow sticky rice from my mother. That's what we do in kampong, in
Sweet.
that's what we can afford. But you get an RX-7, bro. So yeah,
Wow.
life is like that.
Wow.
Life
That's
is
like
tough.
a roller coaster.
It's balance, I feel like. Somewhere, some places,
Yes, so-
good balance
That's true.
overall.
Yeah, you get it for free.
Yeah.
But I got the money, so I started my business with that money from
Wow.
the hard work I got in Japan.
Like the passion for cars have been around for so long.
Very.
That's very amazing.
Very long.
I just want to tap a little bit about today specifically. If you
Yes.
can like tell people who don't know about the distinguished
Gentleman's
gentleman
drive.
drive.
Yeah.
What is it about? How did it come to be?
Okay.
And,
About 12 years ago, 2012, the movement had started with DGR, which is Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. Where that time in Australia, the founder was from Australia. They created an event where people wear dapper and ride classic motorcycles in 2012. So the movement came to Malaysia. So we had bunch of motorcyclists with cafe racers like we did in May, right?
Yeah, in May this year.
We wear dapper, so we went around voluntarily. So we just create some awareness to donate for the charity for the male mental health and prostate cancer fund. So it started from there, from the motorcycle. I'm a motorcycle collector as well, so I started motorcycle first when I was younger. Then in 2019, they created this event called DGD, which translates to drive, and the similar version of ride with motorcycles, but with classic cars, 40 years or older. But similar concept where you have to wear dapper and collect funds for males' mental health and prostate cancer. So we were, because of my history of organizing event for DGR, the HQ given us the the authority to manage for Malaysia. I think were you with us since
2021.
after Corona, right?
Yeah.
So we went to Putrajaya,
Yeah.
right? So he was with us from day one, 4 years ago.
wow.
Then from there we start when I think there was like 20, 30 cars only, right?
Yeah, like not too much, but yeah, very small gathering.
very
Comparing
small
to
gathering.
this, like it was
The police
very
were
small,
everywhere.
Yeah.
People were still wearing masks, right?
And we went to Putrajaya as well.
We are Putrajaya. So yeah, 2021 we started. So now it's growing. I think this year almost 100 cars came.
Yeah, it was too
Yeah.
many this time. Like I was
Too
like,
many.
damn.
Beautiful cars.
Yeah.
We will grow bigger.
But I
next
wanna
year.
ask you, do you like DGD more or DGR?
That's a tough question.
That's a really tough
But
one, man.
if you ask me to pick, I would pick DGD because people are still following the concept of classic cars. Now DGR a bit rojak. Rojak in Malay means you mix a lot of things in one.
Modified, yeah.
So there is no more authentic classic motorcycles only. Now people riding new modern motorcycles. So it's not really authentic.
Yeah, yeah.
And too many and a bit dangerous because now the crowd is growing too big. Then we have so many venues in Malaysia alone. In KL, we have one in Kuala Lumpur. We had in Genting Highlands, in Malacca, in Negeri Sembilan, in Johor, in Penang. But it's bigger than DGD. DGD is small because not many collect classic cars.
Collectors, yeah.
And-
Very niche thing.
Very niche.
And you personally like to ride the car, ride the bike, or drive the car, like on your normal daily life?
When I was on my 9 to 5, I like motorcycles
Makes sense.
because that's the best
Skipper to the jam.
way to commute. Yeah,
Right.
I don't care about the rain or whatsoever. This is the fastest way.
That's true.
But driving makes me feel more of an engineer because you can feel, especially when you drive old cars. I have modern cars as well. You will love driving more in a classic
Yeah?
because you feel the vibration. You feel you are part of the car.
Wow.
Because when you are driving modern cars, everything is automatic.
That's
All
true.
the fuel, everything was calculated for you from
Yeah.
the computer, from the brain. But everything in classic car is mechanical. So you can listen to its crying. I'm not good today. My carburetor is fucked up.
Oh.
Can I use that word?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It's a raw conversation.
Okay.
Raw. Completely.
Fucked up.
Straight away to the camera.
So the carburetor is the one who distribute the air, the fuel, so you can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you ride classic motorcycles, you feel the carburetor vibrates in your groins, then you know, oh, it's doing good today. You know the vibration.
I've recently started riding bike in
Yes.
KL, and
Yeah.
I can feel it now a bit. Maybe one day when I'm riding classical bikes or
You
something
should.
like that,
Then you
I
will
get
understand
more,
what I'm
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So there are many things I want to talk about because
Okay.
obviously you have your businesses, you have your career, engineering, and many passions like cars and a lot of vintage stuff. But just want to ask generally, what describes a healthy, balanced lifestyle, in your opinion?
Healthy, balanced lifestyle. This is going to be tough because this
Maybe
is
like
what
for the youth to
Yeah,
learn
yes.
from.
Youth will ask, I want work-life balance. What they
True.
mean is, I want the money to come in anytime I want, and I want to rest. I want to play video games. It won't work that way.
True.
For the 20s, you have to really work hard to be the most knowledgeable, the most skillful in your 20s. Technically, my learning started when I was in my 20s, not in my schooling years. No. You start to learn when you are in your 20s. You won't be rich, you have to study. In your 30s, you have to have the most battle scars. You will impress me if you have more battle scars. You will fail, you should fail, you must fail in your 30s. Have more battle scars. Come and show me. See, JD?
See?
Then I will say, because you will make it in your 40s. Don't worry about starting late. Because in my 40s, I still can beat 20 years old Carters.
Yeah.
Racers.
Definitely, I can guarantee that.
Yes. Because I am wiser to what do you call it? Energy conservation.
Okay. You know where to put your
Yes.
100% or where to not put it.
Yes.
Wow.
The youth will be rushing too much.
That's so true. I feel like with social media around, I mean, we feel this pressure to be great right now.
Yeah.
We don't have that patience. We see other people's achievements and be
Yes.
like, why isn't that with me right now? You know, we don't have that
Yes.
like
Yes.
patience, which you're talking about. And I think it's a very healthy way
Just
of
wait.
living.
Wait for 20 years.
But you,
Okay, gotta
I want to
be
ask you,
patient.
how old are you exactly right now today?
45 this year.
45.
Yeah.
And how did you feel after turning 40 plus? Because I know age is a number, but
Yeah.
still, it's 40 in
I
everyone's
love
mind, right?
aging. I think I love where I am now. I'm not be as fast as when I was in my 20s, but I still can beat that boy in my 20s if he was still here with me. I don't think he will win with me anything. So I think, of course, some part of me, getting older, but I love the process. I love getting, more matured,
More wiser.
more experienced.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I love being where I am now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you call yourself getting old, or how do you say it?
I'm always 23.
At heart?
I love it.
Oh, wait. Now, 23. I want to know, what is so
okay.
special about this number
Okay.
that, like, most of your businesses are
Doplohtiga.
Doplohtiga.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just particularly I love the number,
Okay.
but I would like that. I would like people to ask. It's
Yeah.
just a conversation starter. People will ask
Okay.
why. Then there will
Michael
be
Jordan, like,
yeah.
what's
But
happening?
Michael Jordan, yeah.
It's such a beautiful number. Like,
Yeah, 23
it's
is
always,
Michael Jordan.
associated with success.
Yeah.
You think like big names and,
Yes,
and
Michael
legends.
Jordan.
Yeah.
But
Actually, it's an honest thing. When I was 23, when I turned 24, I somehow felt like, oh, I don't know, that 23 is like, mid of like not even 25 and not even 20. So you feel yourself a bit older. Obviously, you're not, but still 23 is like in the mid. So it's kind of nice feeling at that time, like
Yeah.
at that age specifically.
But I think I know everything when I was in my 23. But yeah, no.
So, yeah.
I think you are smart.
Your thoughts keeps changing, and you
Yeah, you
you
learn a lot.
feel yourself 5 years back. You feel yourself, oh, I was stupid 5 years back.
Yes. But you have to love that part of you where you regret doing it rather than not doing it.
Yes.
So do
definitely.
it. Do the stupid things. Do.
Yeah.
Let you, oh, why did I do that? But
Yeah, but at
better
least-
than,
Mm,
what if that?
yeah. If you never try, you never know.
You should
kind
try.
of thing.
Let
Yeah.
it
Let
fall
it
on your
smash
face.
you, yeah.
Fall on your
Yeah.
face.
Just like there's so much fear of the unknown results. That's why we sometimes don't even.
Then you
take
pull the
action.
brake too early. You pull the brake too early. If go-kart, whose brake the latest will win. You know that, right?
Yes.
You have to brake the latest. That's why Max Verstappen is very good.
Wow.
He break the latest. Because there was this movie I watched in my flight coming back from Turkey yesterday. The Art of Racing in the Drain. Have you watched the movie?
No, I haven't watched it, but I heard
Milo-
about
Oh
it.
yeah, I've seen it.
You-
I've
you
seen
were
it.
Ooh,
saying-
Seen it.
I've seen it twice now in my, it's like, I cried.
Aw.
I cried. But as a father, I cried because he is a father in that movie. You should watch it. But about a race driver who married a girl, who adopted a dog, like a family. Then the wife got cancer. Then all the predicament. But what I'm trying to say is the art of racing in the rain. Why Michael Schumacher? Why Ayrton Senna? Why this guy Danny is good in the rain? Because of the art. My son driving go-kart, 10 years old, beautiful, fast boy.
Wow.
So he was afraid of the rain. He said, I might get crashed. I might crash. I said, crash. What is the worst thing can happen to you? Nothing. You can just spin.
Yeah.
That's all. Because in go-kart, you won't flip.
Oh yeah.
This car can flip, maybe, if you overcommitting your brakes. But with go-kart, you won't flip unless people crash on you. So, every corners, just slip. So you know where is your braking point. If you don't slip, you will pull your brake too early. Because you will lose to the guy who can pull the brake the latest. It's in go-kart, we are fighting on milliseconds. We are not fighting in seconds, not minutes. You know, kan?
Yeah.
We were talking in milliseconds, in tens of seconds. So it's like if you brake earlier, you can improve 2/10. What is that? 0.2 seconds. How fast is that?
That's
Yes,
That's
so
very
fast. But that's the world in
yeah.
karting.
That's how you win. Sometimes the stats like
Yes,
you know.
because
that's
after 10 laps, it become 1 second. True,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mostly race will be 15 to 17 laps.
Yeah.
1 second for 120 km per hour. This is engineering talks. you will get 32 meters ahead of each other with 1 second. You divided that by, do the calculation later lah. You try to
Yeah, on the screen.
on the screen.
Calculation.
Yeah, but around 30 meters.
Yeah.
If the car drives at 120 km per hour, divide by 1 hour, divide by 60 minutes, divide by 60 seconds, you will get 30 meters per second. 30 meters is how long? It will be longer than this car. So
Yeah.
it is far.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that will put you way ahead from your competitors.
Wow.
It's very technical.
Yeah, the art of driving in the rain. So the idea is sleep. Understand your accident point, your breaking point. Then you know, okay, this is what happened. So I'm not afraid anymore. It's not painful. I experienced it. So break where you feel that's so you will win the race.
Wow.
That's the art of you anticipate, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
make mistakes.
Yeah.
Watch the movie.
What was the backstory of you making your son as a racer?
I want him to have. I know he will not struggle as me because I had a very tough childhood, and he traveled all over the world at 10 years old already. He just came back from Italy, from Switzerland, from Turkey at 10 years old.
Yeah.
I started hold my passport when I was 20 years old, given by the government to fly to Japan on scholarship.
Yeah.
So he will not experience what I experienced,
True.
but he will have the best tools to grow bigger than me. But he needs to face the adversity. So this is a forced adversity for him.
Oh, okay.
Karting is tough.
Yes. Definitely.
Losing is tough. And the expenses, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So
it's an
yeah, I
expensive
want him
sport.
to understand. He's going to a school with Finland syllabus. It's a private school called Sri Arya. I'm putting you on free advertisement here.
Sponsored by.
Please cut down the fees. But they adopt Finland syllabus where the pupil study self-directed learning, SDL. They don't have exams. They don't have homeworks.
Wow.
To put it short, let's say if this one boy he wanted to build a train. So he was given 1 year to build a train. But they will do it reverse. To build a train, what do you need to know? Mathematics. To know mathematics, what do you need to know? You need to know how to read a book.
Yes.
So now he has motivation to learn how to read.
That's the best school ever. That's,
Yeah, you have to
wow.
learn it the other backwards. You know,
Yeah.
you cannot teach a fish to climb a tree like a monkey.
True.
If you put an exam to climb a tree, the fish will think he's stupid
Yeah.
because he cannot climb the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why you send your fish children to monkey school?
Yeah.
Understandable.
He will never climb a tree.
We almost lose that purpose because now you're telling me he has a purpose. I want to learn.
I want to learn
build a
to
train.
build a train.
Not
He
because
built a
I
train.
have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I instill in my boy. I said you have to have force adversity. So but the race is tough, the competition is tough, but he managed to get very good results because he's very determined. He's a very determined boy. The school helped him a bit, a lot. Cut some fees.
I hope they do.
This is.
I will put that as a separate thing.
Sorry, Dr. Putri, the founder. Okay, so that's what. This is. I'm answering you the question. I want him to be put in a forced adversity. It's like a forced savings.
Yeah.
You have to create something tough for him. So he will learn the discipline. He pick up the discipline from there. You want to win, you have to outwork your competition, because he will not having to sell cookies,
True.
whatever like me, or cycling to school, or walk 4 kilometers, or having not enough, foods. But he will need to face something else. So yeah, I need to find something tough for him.
One advice I got from one of my mentor that I follow, he lives in Malaysia as well. It's like he was explaining in that way that when you are at that stage, your responsibility is to fill up the tummy. You fill up the tummy for you and your family, but your family grows up and they are like privileged and their tummies are filled. Then that's how they become inventors after that.
Oh.
Because the person who can't even, like, he was trying to fill up the kitchen income, won't be able to invent something. He's fully focused on kitchen income. But once the kitchen income is done, the next generations try to invent new things and start up new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the headspace. They are more comfortable
Yeah.
to actually be. But I feel like sometimes rough environment, or like when you're in a tough situation, it can spark a lot of creativity because you want to survive. You have to do something. It gives you a lot of passion as well. Speaking of passion, I don't have a lot of passions in businesses. I want to talk a bit about the businesses and
Okay.
the burger
Let's go.
chains. So let's talk
I love money, so
23.
let's talk about money.
Doplohtiga. Okay.
Doplohtiga.
Tell us about Doplohtiga, about the restaurant, and I hear also there is a Doplohtiga space.
Ah,
All right. So
Doplohtiga Studio too.
where would you like to start with?
I start with where I start.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, nothing happens by accident in this world.
Mm.
But in 2013, my mother, my late mother, was diagnosed with diabetics. So she had some toxic in her body. When you have problems with your kidney helps detoxify your body. Malaysian problems with diabetes. So she had diabetes and a problem with one of the kidney. So she was diagnosed with that. Then doctor gave her 1 year to live.
Oh.
So I was made to choose to leave whatever I was doing in Kuala Lumpur. So I'm the only one. I'm the only child. I want to see her die in front of me. Because, yeah, that would be the saddest but happiest moment for me. So I decided to leave whatever I had in Kuala Lumpur, which is my engineering gig. So I left it. I used whatever savings I had. I went back to my kampong, which is hometown. I wanted to be by her side. So I couldn't do much because I don't have any contracts or any customers because I do maintenance. I do factory maintenance. So my team will do it in Kuala Lumpur, but if I'm back at my hometown, which is in Sitiawan in Perak, I couldn't do much. So I will lose my bread and butter. But I had my savings. I said, no, I don't mind. I can survive for 1 year. Then whatever happened to me will happen. Then I will restart again. I know I can do that. So I went back to kampong. Then I was like, I cannot just stay back at home and just look after her. I should do something. Then in 2013, the burger, they call it burger bakar, means the grilled burgers, not the typical Ramly burgers at the roadside, where they flip it on a flat pan. The trend of grilled burger using the charcoal, was trending in 2012, 2013. So I said, yeah, I can do that. So I went to few shops, I stole their recipes, then I went back to my kampong, then I asked my friend who was doing a restaurant, help me. He said, yeah, you can use a part of my shop, build your small store. I help you buy all the necessities. I help you to hook up with raw materials suppliers. So I started my burgers. I had 2 staffs, so 3 of us.
Wow.
In the evening, I will go and do my burgers. In the day, I will take care of my mother.
Wow.
So yeah, it was very tough. I lost everything. I lost all my incomes. But I found Doplohtiga.
Wow.
Very nice.
That's,
Inspiring.
I found Doplohtiga. She passed away on July 21st, 2013. Was on the Ramadan, a very good month to pass away. I got 4 months taking care of him.
The other ones. Other ones. Ooh.
Oh,
oh.
Yeah.
product placement.
Yeah, wrong product placement.
So
Doplohtiga was supposed to come.
of course, sponsored
that
by.
one, Doplohtiga. Ha. You just bring, yeah.
You can be.
It's okay, we continue.
Yeah.
We'll sort that out.
Okay.
That was my idea to add on, but yeah, it's okay. Nice.
Wow. All right. Continue.
Okay, so that's where I started Doplohtiga. She passed away after 4 months in front of me
Oh.
with her last breath. So I did what a son's supposed to do for his mother. I know there's a lot of people couldn't be at the deathbed of their parents, but yeah.
It's been very hard. Thank you.
Thank you. Ih, 23. Yeah, 23 guys.
Talking about you.
Alamak, free advertisement.
Thank you. Okay, good. Do this first.
You know, for a long time, I didn't even know that Doplohtiga is Duapolotiga.
Ah,
I was like,
23.
it's Doplohtiga.
It's just the slang
Yeah.
to say 23 fast. 23.
Doplohtiga.
Just that
Sounds
slang.
cooler too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's Malay. It's a bit of slang. So
Wow.
yeah, I founded Doplohtiga in 2013.
13.
So I came back to Kuala Lumpur, restarted some small stalls in Sri Damansara Perdana. Then I stopped because I had to restart my engineering business. So I put the idea on sleep mode. So I restarted my engineering. So fast forward to 2019, one of my engineers came to me. He said he quitted a big company to be with me, to be mentored by me. So he came to me, he said, "You are an engineer, you work with me as an engineer." Then one day he came to me, "Abang, I cannot be an engineer, I want to be an entrepreneur like you." Okay,
Oh.
let's see what you can do. What can you do? Nothing. So, that's why you are an engineer. When you don't have ideas to be an entrepreneur, you cannot be an entrepreneur. You have to have idea, you have to solve someone's problem. Then I said, okay, I know you must be loathing this engineering. I know I was an engineer. I have this sleeping idea where I put on hold, which is Doplohtiga.
Okay.
I have the SOP, I have the recipes, I have everything. You put some equities in it, I put some money in it. Let's be partners. So two of the boys become shareholders. They put 10% each. One of them had to sell his Proton Wira. I said, don't borrow anywhere. Don't take loans. Sell something. Sell your kidney, whatever, sell it. I want it
Okay.
to be from you,
Yeah.
not from your mother or anyone else. You have to restart. Do some calculation. So he sold his Proton Wira for 10,000. So both of them had 10% equities. So I put my 80,000. We started with 100,000 capital. We started at my bungalow
Oh,
in Doplohtiga space. So I rented that bungalow, which is the house itself was on sale for 15 million ringgit.
Okay.
This is going to be part of business education a bit, yeah, young paduans.
Carefully.
We put the subject later, but I rented the house for very cheap because I rented from an old money in Titiwangsa. So you have to bargain. So I got the place for cheap. I said, I renovate for you, I'll take care for you. You have so many bungalows here. Let us take care for you, but with this amount of rent. So he gave us the place. I made a small cafe in front of the bungalow,
Oh.
the container.
Oh, that was the cafe.
That was the second Doplohtiga. The second phase of Doplohtiga started
Where
at
was
that.
the first one?
The first one in Kampong.
Kampong. Oh,
In
okay.
my kampong.
Yeah, okay.
So the second one is at Doplohtiga
Wow,
space
very nice.
in the container. So that's where we just playing, doing it. Then people start to flock the place. Then DBKL came. You know DBKL?
Yeah.
You know DBKL?
Yeah. Familiar.
It start
Sounds
to.
familiar.
DBKL is the authority.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot sell burgers in your compound. They will
Yeah, you need
fine
like
you.
special
Yeah.
license or
Yeah,
something
so we didn't expect it to be, that crowded. So I looked out for a place, then I found that location. It was an abandoned store. I asked for the old owner. We bargained for the ownership. So I took over, I renovated it into 2-story. Then that's what happened.
Wow.
So that's when Doplohtiga Burger started.
Okay.
From that
Amazing.
story. So yeah, then
Wow.
one thing lead to another. I always will try to, commercialize whatever I'm doing. If my company can pay for my tea, I will ask my company to pay, because that's how you save your money,
Yeah.
using company expenses.
Yes. Yes.
I think I was wrong. Then you corrected me on this
Yeah.
part.
Company expenses. So I want to put my cars. This is an example. Yeah, I want to put my cars. I need a big space. I want to put my motorcycles. Why do I need to pay when I can ask my company to pay? So it's from different pockets, even though from my pocket.
Yeah.
But tax-wise, it will be deducted as company expenses. So you will pay less tax.
So even
Understand?
for the smallest thing, you pay
Yeah.
from the company.
If you pay from your pocket, I pay you salary, you pay tax. The balance, you pay for the rent, you pay for
Yeah.
the expenses, right? So it's out of balance from whatever been taken out of your pocket in the first hand by the inland revenue. But if you have a business, you spend, then the balance will be taxed. Understand?
Understood. Nice.
Okay.
So it will be lesser, then you get better. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's a
Life hacks.
solid advice right there.
Yeah.
All right. So we know about Doplohtiga, and the space is now utilized as an event space as well.
Yes.
The Doplohtiga.
Doplohtiga space,
space.
bungalow. Yeah, we in 2021, we decided to. I used to live there. I used to live there, and when you were small, when you were poor, you think living in a big house is a dream. The house is big. The land is 17,000 square feet. The house itself is 13,000. 8 rooms with 8 toilets. Big kitchen, big halls. You know the house, right?
Yeah.
Everything is huge. Then it's like a dream come true for a kampong boy like me.
Wow.
But my wife had to fight with the helper to wash the clothes. She wanted to do it because it's her job.
Yeah.
The helper want to do it because it's her job. So they ended up arguing who should do the job.
Okay.
And when the postman come at the door, she had to walk for 1 kilometer.
Yeah, that's like
Exaggerating. Just
Yeah.
to be from the upper master bedroom to the front. Then we started to realize money isn't everything. You don't need not that much. You just need a
Yeah.
small house. You don't need people to help you when you are accustomed to helping yourself. So that's when we realized we don't need a big house. It's not a dream come true. It's just another burden. So now you realize, you like breaking late.
Yeah.
Now you know. If you don't know, you will wonder.
True.
I want to live in a big house lah.
Yeah.
It looks good in a camera, in a Hollywood movies, right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
But when you live in it, you have to sweep more
the
floors.
actuality is it's bigger
And you know, once you
more
get that
inconvenient.
thing, it doesn't feel like, you know, that time when you really wanted that thing, when you get it, it's like, okay, now I got it.
Yeah.
And I think we don't think
Yeah.
deeply about the things we want. Like we just see a big house, fancy, yay, but we
Yes.
don't think about the technicality of
Yes.
maintaining a huge
Yes,
house.
yes.
You know.
Priorities, I guess, are
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. So I said, let's make money out of it.
That's amazing.
2021, we left the house. We find smaller place. We make 700,000 sales just renting the space.
Wow.
125,000 pure profits from it. So instead of just wasting your time arguing with the helper who wants to wash the clothes, we make
Yeah.
money from
You
the
do-
house itself.
Wow,
So yeah,
amazing.
everything can
Can
be
be
utilized.
utilized.
Yes.
I want to ask
Business.
you one thing on that topic, because if we're talking about business, how do you see doing business with your family and relative members and stuff like that? Like,
Don't do it. Sorry, yeah.
Stay away.
Stay away. Try to stay away, but yeah, because some of them are close. You need to really put. They need to know who's the boss, lah. Easy.
Uh,
Yeah, you
it
cannot.
gets like it's a blurry line when it's
you need-
relatives or close
yes,
friends, right?
you cannot do that. You
Yeah.
know, it's hard. Try to find outsiders. In that circumstances, you have to be the boss. They need to know who's the boss. So it's easier with outsiders than with your families.
sure.
So if you can do it with outsiders.
And there should be a boss, right?
you should be there should be a boss.
Because I somehow work with my brother, and we both were trying to somehow bring up
No,
starters and
you
stuff.
won't. You won't navigate ship with two.
And I never took him as
Captains.
my boss. You are right about that part.
Yes,
I never
you will-
took it.
yeah.
It's like family thing.
You
I
have
was
to,
like,
yeah.
please, you just do
Yes,
this for me, and
yeah.
then he will be
So
like.
better separate. Better do it yourself. Yeah.
And with friends,
Don't do it with friends too.
It gets messy, I guess.
Unless you can be the boss. They have to be your subordinates or whatever. Someone has to be the boss. You have to listen to someone.
and if in a situation like this where you can't really make a boss because of the age, right?
You can if you know more.
And if, for example, a group of people sitting and they started the same thing, how to choose a boss?
That's what happened to Steve Jobs and I think no, Bill.
Mark
Who-
Zuckerberg and no.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg happened to him. Steve Jobs happened to him too. Just you need to find a boss. One of you should be the CEO or whatsoever, or you have to hire someone to be the boss.
Yeah, you need like a decision maker. You can't
You need
always just
yeah,
have
you need to.
this.
You cannot unless it's a project team, it's a school team. Then before you get into the serious business, you can have a team members. Once you have a money making machine, you should have a boss. Someone should lead.
True.
I want to jump a little bit because according to your Instagram, it says career comedian, profession engineer. I want to tap on the career
that's
comedian.
a good question. You okay? All right. In 2008, when I started my first business, I realized what my mentor told me: you will make more money than you work as an employee. It's true. So I make tons of money doing my own gig. And in 2010, I was like, I have money. What do I do with it? So I took a mini retirement.
Mini, okay.
At the
So
age of, sorry?
2010. That would be what? 31.
31. Okay. You crossed
31
30.
years old. So I took a mini retirement because I had money, so I can survive for 6 months at least. What do I do with these 6 months? I want to be in the television.
Oh.
Every boy's dream, I think, to be in a television. I wanted to be a rock star. I'm good with singing. I'm good with guitars. I play piano. I play drums.
Wow.
So I want to be a singer. So I want to be to get the limelight, to be in a spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to be in a television. All right. So what I did was I went to an audition, Malaysian version of American Idol.
Okay.
It's a Malaysian version called Academy Fantasia,
Yeah.
season 7. So I went to the audition. I passed all 4 auditions. There were 4 stages. At the last stages, there were 3 judges, one of a famous rock star, one famous lady celebrity actress, and one big boss of Astro. The lady wanted me to be in the competition. She said, I want him, he's cute. I was younger lah, not like this lah. This is,
I saw just recently, I was scrolling your Instagram and I went to the down, I saw your, I think you were in 20s, I saw your video. I can't take it out from my head because I always saw you like this.
Yeah, I was not bad looking before, you know.
No, it was very like, you know, that charming young personality who's like motivated to do everything.
Yes,
Something
that
like
was my face. Yeah. I wanted to do that. So the girl was on my side, but the rocker judges was like, you were in a band, man. I want you to fight with your band to have your own music. Why you be in this television, being a solo singer? I don't understand. I understand his concern. He want me to fight as a band outside, do my own thing. But I want to be popular. I don't need to be in a band.
Yeah.
Pick me now. Then 2 of them give me green card, so I was selected to be shortlisted in that particular program. But I was kicked out at the last minute because of my age. I was 31. Business-wise, I don't think they can sell me. Because they say, how many years this boy has? The lifespan. It's not about talent anymore. In TV, it's not about talent. Talent is secondary. It's how they can sell you. As a businessman, I understand. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't sad. I know it's business decision. The girl I dated in that Astro told me I had to have contacts inside, so I had to date her. So she told me, sorry lah, JD, they don't want you because you're too old. Mother effer. Okay, all right. Then I know that's TV. Then when I was like frustrated, I was in my car. I listened to this one program. Said there will be an audition for a similar what do you call that kind of
stand-up comedy?
This American Idol. What do you call it?
There's like The Voice, American Got Talent.
No, the whole concept is
Talent show.
Talent show like that. So there's a comedy version of that.
Okay.
They were looking for comedians.
Okay.
So I said, this is my chance. I know I'm not that funny, but I make girls laugh.
I mean, I think admitting that must be really like must take a lot of courage.
Yes, but I think I make girls laugh. Then I can do this.
Okay.
But I know they will buy my profile because I'm an engineer. I came from Japan and I was not bad looking. So I said they will buy my profile, not my talent. Because I got it at the first shot.
Wow.
That was a true bet. Correct bet. Correct move. I was picked as the finalist. I went into television.
The dream came true.
The dream came true.
You
I
got
went to the
spotlight.
television. The girls came flocking. You know, I was like, this is good.
Interesting.
Then I got one gig to be in this one telemovie. I acted in it.
Wow.
Then I learned. I'm a Japanese background person where everything has to be precise. People really, punctual, disciplined. That won't happen in TV.
Time.
On time.
Right.
But that doesn't happen in TV.
Shooting hours, right?
Shooting hours.
On set. Okay.
I was like, man, I cannot do this, man.
I
was waiting for my 10 minutes shot. I said, this is stupid. So I said, I don't want to be an actor anymore.
Wow.
So from a failed rock star to a comedian to acting, then I said like, why don't I do stand-up comedy? So I can say anything I like. So I went into stand-up comedy. I practiced stand-up comedy with Haris Iskandar, with Aflin Shauki. Then in 2014, stand-up comedy in Bahasa Malaysia boomed.
Yeah.
TV3 want to do shows, Astro wanted to do shows. So we were famous for that particular moment because they want stand-up comedy in Bahasa.
Wow, that was
They-
like a new thing as well.
New
to be
thing.
in Bahasa.
Yes,
as
people
well.
only do the slapstick, slapstick comedy, where people
Use the crowd to
use the crowd,
to
shame,
engage and,
they call it body shame you,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Oh my
the Three
God.
Stooges. Yeah, people do
like
that.
roasting the
Yeah,
audience,
roasting,
basically.
exactly.
Not about roasting. It's more like a slapstick, like Three Stooges.
Sorry?
Three Stooges.
No?
Oh, you should watch. There's old classic.
Also, like,
New product placement.
new
New. Okay.
Oh,
can.
guys are
This
keeping
is-
us
Okay,
hydrated.
okay.
Pakistani lassi.
This is diabetes,
Thank you
but
so
I
much.
love everything.
Can I have it? It's okay, I can keep it.
Can keep. You just take this.
Can
Keep
everything
all-
can be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good.
very nice, lassi. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Where were I?
Yeah,
Where was that?
roasting audience.
So slapstick is the type of comedy that Malaysian do. They wear some funny looking things like SNL, Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
It's not stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy, you just wear like this.
Yeah.
You talk shit, and people laugh. Slapstick, where you have to dress up, you have to make some sketches.
Oh, okay.
so
So
that was-
out comedy.
That was what
Okay.
Malaysian are used to.
Oh.
So stand-up is new, and in Bahasa is very fresh. So I started doing it, and it boomed. I did my 1 hour show in iFlix. You know iFlix?
Oh yeah. No,
They paid me handsomely. iFlix wanted to do a Netflix version.
Yeah.
So we did iFlix. The show called Oi Jaga Mulut.
But it's very recent, right? Because iFlix is not very old, like what I know.
Yeah,
about
not
it.
that new and not that old. I think they flunked. They cannot compete with Netflix. So there are no more iFlix. But yeah, I did that. So yeah, I did stand-up
Did
comedy.
you enjoy the stand-up comedy
Very.
more? Okay.
That's the best platform for you to tell what is in your mind
Yeah.
and get direct response
yeah.
from the audience.
Yeah.
Because when you sing, people don't like, oh, good, so good. People don't do that when you sing.
True.
People just like,
Yeah.
but when you tell jokes,
Mhm.
people will be, they will
It's
laugh.
very raw reaction because
Real
like
reaction, or they
Yeah.
will. What is this?
Either they get offended or
Yes,
either they laugh.
yes.
But
So-
a fun fact, most of the comedians I listen on YouTube nowadays, all are engineers. Somehow comedy is connected to engineers.
Yes,
I
you
don't
have
know.
to build, you have to construct,
Yeah.
because it's an engineering process
Yes.
where you have to
Wow.
tell the premise, then you tell the setup, then you give the punchline, then you
yes,
blow it out of proportion.
yes.
So this is stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I hear it's very important to also wait, like for the right time to say the punchline. You want to
Yeah.
keep them waiting, and sometimes the audience already knows the punchline, but they're waiting for you to say it.
Yeah.
And most stand-up comedians I watch, they're just telling the truth. But
It is.
because they say it out loud and we're afraid to say it
Yes,
out loud, it's funny.
yes,
You know?
yes,
It's like the
yeah,
ugly truth
yeah.
made fun of, which is
Yes.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's why I love stand-up
Wow.
comedy. So
Yeah.
yeah, comedian engineer.
Do you still listen? Now do you
Of
listen
course,
to
I always listen. But I cannot. I don't have the time anymore. People call me to do stand-up comedy, but this couple of years was busy with Doplohtiga, so I only listen. I always listen to stand-up comedy. I love Dave Chappelle. I love Joe Coy. I love Trevor Noah. I went to see Dave Chappelle in Bangkok. I saw Trevor Noah in Singapore.
wow.
I saw Kevin Hart in Singapore.
Yay! My brother loves Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Wow,
I went everywhere. I went everywhere.
So would you consider going back to comedy after
Of
a while?
course, I will.
Yeah.
That is that's how I tell my story. I love to tell stories.
And I feel like if after that specific age you would have so many things to tell from your experience of life to make it into a comedy thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a
yes.
young person might not be able to bring that much from
Yes.
his experience to the comedy
That's
thing.
why Dave Chappelle is very good. He's well constructed.
Yeah.
Wow.
His story is mesmerizing.
That's amazing.
Because comedian like Kevin Hart tells comedy like telling it's a puzzle, you know. Once you listen to it, you will know the answer to it, then you won't be entertained anymore. But like Dave Chappelle, he tells a story. You can listen to it many times.
Yeah.
There are greatest comedians do that. They can tell the same jokes many times, but you cannot even imitate him. If you try to tell the jokes to your friend, you won't get as good as. But if you do like a puzzle thing, like Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
you can say it's like knock knock, who's there, blah blah blah. So you know whatever happens. You know?
I should check Dave
With a follow-up question.
Dave
you can add,
Chappelle.
I haven't. I think I've seen it. Before.
He's a bit controversial. He hates transgender. He's a Muslim, but he's a brilliant guy. His storytelling is brilliant. You should listen to him.
Yeah.
There's
The best.
one more guy who used comedy to preach, but in a very good way, because I listened to him. I don't agree with most of his thoughts. Is Muhammad Hijab. He came to Malaysia as well from UK. Muhammad Hijab.
Oh,
So he's like, he do it on social media. Obviously, he used that tool, and I listened to his podcast, and his main purpose was that I was good in comedy. So I wanted to use that comedy part to preach, because I changed my life according to that way. So he utilized that thing, and I think everyone has that one skill that you use to give the bigger picture, because there's always a bigger picture that you want to convey to the audience. If you're doing comedy, I feel like without purpose, that won't be nice as well anyways. You just don't want people to laugh, you want people to influence as well.
yes,
It has to be
you
a
want to
story.
you want a story tell.
Yeah.
And if you make a girl laugh, you will win her heart.
I should have started working on it.
I'm gonna get into
right.
comedy. I think it also teaches like a lot of character, like builds your character more because you're on a stage or like there's a spotlight. You know,
Yes.
it's a challenge as well.
I was paid 10,000 ringgit for 1 hour job. So hourly job, that will be the most expensive, one of the most expensive job, right? 1 hour, because at McDonald's we get 7 ringgit for an hour. In Doplohtiga too, 7 ringgit. But I got 10,000 ringgit an hour.
Wow.
But to come to that 1 hour, I had to polish, I had to do open mic for 3 years. So that's the amount of time. So I lose more times just to get that 1 hour. Because in 1 hour, you have to make people laugh hard every minute.
Yeah.
That's what we
they
call laugh per
expect
minute.
as well.
Laugh per minute. So to get that laugh per minute, you have to test it over and over and over again.
Amazing.
You have to see your videos, you have to cut unnecessary words, you have to cut unnecessary gestures. So you get at the pow, 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 pow.
Just goes to shows that every profession needs like
Yes.
commitment and practice.
Yes.
Even comedy, like we think, oh, comedy, that's like lighthearted. Like,
No, it's not.
but actually, it's as serious as any other business,
Yeah.
any other career as well. All right, I want to go back to cars because
Let's go.
and I want to learn about this car a bit more. Tell us what's happening. How long have you had this? And
What do you think?
okay,
What car is this?
okay, I am guessing it's Ferrari. Okay,
Whoa.
maybe
so you
I'm
have
wrong.
to
but
really,
there's the
really,
horse.
really,
I'm okay.
really educate you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure if I've seen this logo before. Maybe because it's vintage, I'm not familiar.
Because of the horse?
Yeah.
You think it's a...
It's giving Ferrari. I don't know. What is it?
No. Ferrari is a prancing horse. What is prancing?
Like,
So what does this horse look like?
is it not?
It's not
like
prancing.
running.
It's not prancing. So it's a Mustang. It's an
Okay,
American.
now I know the difference.
It's
Yes.
Ford, right?
It's Ford Mustang. It's American muscle car. This shape, big V8, 6.3 liters. You know how big is 6.3 liters?
Pretty big.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
That Myvi might be Asia or Myvi. That might be around 1,000 cc's, 1,000 1 liter.
Yeah.
1 liter.
1 liter. This is 6.3, 6 times of that car. The
And-
size of the
and
engine.
correct me if I'm wrong,
Wow.
this is only few in Malaysia, right?
This color only one in Malaysia.
Okay. And
In Malaysia, I've seen less than 10, but in this Highland Green, this is the only one.
Wow.
I guess what I remember, Zenlo had one as well, right?
Zenlo had the blue one. That's from 1967. This is 1968.
Oh.
So if you watch Ford versus Ferrari,
Yes, I watched.
you should watch. You should
I
watch.
should watch. Apparently, I need a lot of knowledge.
Ford versus Ferrari. Start Christian Bale, Matt Damon. It's about a true life story about the fight between Ford versus Ferrari. Ferrari was the champion in the 60s. Ford was mass producing cars, but no one's like them because mass production versus niche market. So Ford wanted to be like Ferrari. At that time, people are coming back from the war, Vietnam War, or I don't know about Vietnam War. I think some wars. So the veterans have money. They want to drive sexy cars. So people will buy Chevrolet, people will buy Corvettes, people will buy Ferrari. So Ford thinks they need to be like Ferrari. So he wanted to buy Ferrari because Ferrari having trouble in making profits. So he went to meet the founder. So Ford the second, not the Henry Ford, not the first, not the father, the one who created cars, literally. The son, Henry Ford the second, went and meet the founder of Ferrari, Enzo Ferrari. He want to buy over Ferrari. He want to help with the financial. But when Enzo asked, can I still handle the sports department? Then Ford said, no. We want to take everything. So he fucked them away. If you don't give this to me, you can go yourself. So they left,
Right.
and that's when they created this car in the late 60s.
Wow.
And typically, people who know more than Aya, they will say this is John Wick's car. You know John Wick?
I obviously know. I mean, that's my dad's favorite.
Okay, so ask your dad to see this car.
I took a picture, so I'll show
Okay.
him for sure.
John Wick's car is a 1969
Okay.
Ford Mustang Mark 1. It is around 7 liters. It's a bit bigger, a bit longer from the back. So it's not John Wick's car. So people say, "Eh, abang, John Wick car."
Yeah.
Bukan. No, it's not.
No.
It's better than that. Why? Then one more people will say it's Eleanor. Eleanor is what Zenlo's driving.
Okay.
Eleanor is from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, starring Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie.
Okay, I know.
In the year 1999. There was another version of Ford 67 Mustang Eleanor, which is different from this. Still a Mustang.
Okay.
In a glance, you won't differentiate it. But if you know a car, this is not Eleanor. This is not John Wick's.
Not John Wick.
It's
Noted.
Lieutenant
Noted.
Frank Bullitt.
Wow.
It's Lieutenant Frank Bullitt. It's a movie from the 68 starring Steve McQueen.
Okay.
Steve McQueen is the king of cool. Ask your father,
I should.
he's a king of cool. He was far earlier than John Wick's, even cooler than Nicolas Cage. He is the king of cool.
Wow.
Steve McQueen. Google him. Steve McQueen, my
Okay.
hero. So he drove this car in the movie Bullet, 1968. The first car chase scene in Hollywood history.
Wow.
The scene where this car chased the antagonist on a Dodge Charger 1968. Dodge Charger, which is the same car that Dominic Toretto in Fast and Furious drove, the black car that do the wheelie.
Yeah.
So that was the car in that movie, was the villain. So this was the hero chasing that car. That was the first scene in Hollywood car chase history.
Wow.
Bullet,
Wow.
Bullitt.
Wow.
So
It's
this
a different bullet.
Yes?
It's a different bullet. Like you said,
The- Bullitt. That's the name of the detective.
Oh, yeah, because I'm considering it as a different bullet. I was considering that bullet as a
No,
bullet thing.
the name of the detective is Frank Bullitt.
Oh, okay.
So the movie called Bullet. Bullet is the name of the detective. Starred Steve McQueen.
We will put all the pointers, movies
And the
suggested by
references
Yes.
JD.
and the recommendations as well.
Yes, people watch it. Come on, no, that's not John Wick. John Wick is John Wick, but
Yeah.
there were more earlier heroes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Steve McQueen.
John Wick is, I feel like, very latest, and everyone gets to know because his movies are still coming up. So it's more like in this generation, I feel like.
Yeah,
But you guys have seen different characters, different time, different era. That's like different, totally different thing.
I watched the movie because of the cars. That's all.
Yeah, so when I go back to the cars, would you call yourself a collector?
I am an engineer. I love cars, so I put
Yeah.
myself engineer first,
Okay.
collector second.
All right. So
Yeah.
you're still passionate about like collecting cars. Is this like a part of a collection, or is this like one of like a loaner? Like, do you have other like
Oh,
motor?
okay. So
motor
you don't do
sports?
that thorough study then.
I mean, I know that you are passionate about cars.
Even
I'm
I'm
just wondering if
confused
you're,
about the names and models of the cars, so we didn't discuss that thing, and
Okay,
we
it's
want
okay,
you
I'm
to
just-
tell us.
I'm here to learn
I'm
honestly
just
about
teasing
cars.
you.
So
I'm just trying to avoid the inland revenue to come to my house. But yeah, I have a
Yeah.
few collections.
okay.
I have the classic Ferraris, I have the classic Porsches, I have classic Japanese cars, this one. So a few of them. Just you can come to my house and see the collections. This is my kind of investment.
Okay.
I only do certain investments. My main three investments are my businesses, my collections, collectibles, and employee provident fund (EPF).
What is it?
When you work in Malaysia, there is employee provident fund where you can keep your money. Let's say you are working 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You will be deducted 11% of your salary.
Yeah.
11% of your salary to be put in EPF, and the employer will add up 13% from their money.
Yeah.
So you get around 24% of total savings in EPF, Employee Provident Fund, where you get 5 to 6% dividend per annum. That's huge.
Yeah.
If you have 1 million ringgit in that funds, you will get 50 to 60,000 a year. It's like getting 5,000 a month, free money.
Nice.
It's a great.
It's fixed and
But what would you say about the investment on new things like going on in this era, like crypto or NFTs? Or something
I don't
like
do that. I don't do things that I don't understand. I don't understand crypto. I don't understand NFT. So I don't do that.
But don't you think it's good to stay updated as well, like especially these kind of things, because crypto is going to come take over very soon. Like even I don't have much knowledge about crypto. I couldn't understand. I
Yes.
tried
If you
using
don't
it.
understand, don't do
Yeah.
it. I don't understand. I don't care what you say about it. Even it's good, I'm old school. I will put not all my money. I'll put my money, large sum, in my businesses.
Yeah.
I would rather think my business is the biggest dividend making or profits making machines, because in businesses you're not making money for yourself only. You are creating products and services for the customers.
True.
You give salaries for your staffs. That's two. And lastly, you get it for yourself.
What about the investment on gold? Because in my culture, it's very common.
Gold is
thing.
good. Gold always increased
Yeah.
from a long time ago,
Yeah.
but it's only 0.6% per annum. Very small.
So the idea of how I got to know about the gold thing is that one guy who told me they have been doing it from generation to generation, and they say that if I want to give my wife any gift or anything, we just give it in gold, so it stays in the house. It keeps
Understand.
growing. Maybe it doesn't have the outcome or anything like
Yeah.
that, but for a long term, that's where we save the money.
You
Or
won't
the land.
lose money. Or
Land.
land. You won't lose money on gold. Gold always increase, but 0.6%. That's all.
Yeah.
So not much, but it won't increase. It will get, but 0.6% cannot defeat the inflation.
True.
Inflation is more than that every year. Meaning, if you keep 1 million this year, next year the same 1 million cannot buy the same thing. Understand?
Yeah. And
If one glass of this lassi is RM1, you can buy 1 million glasses of lassi this year, but next year you can buy only 900,000 something because of inflation. So inflation rates are higher than gold performance. But this is gold bars with tires that you can drive. One of my cars, which the car I brought back from Japan that I sold, the RX-7. I sold it for, I bought it around 40,000-50,000 in Japan. I sold it for 70,000 to that lucky son of a bitch. Then my mentor told me, you have to sell this car because you can buy better one day.
After you invest in the money that you sold it.
So the one day came in 2016 when I get when my business went very good. The day to buy that better car came in 2016, but I bought another similar car, like I sold. I didn't buy the exact car, but similar car. So for me, that's the best car for me. I have it now in my place.
Wow.
It's a beautiful RX-7 Mazda, very beautiful. You put it on the screen. RX-7 FD, very nice, very sexy. I bought it. Then I don't want to sell it, but I bought it in 2016 for I refurbished everything for 80,000 ringgit. Today the price is 400,000.
Wow.
Do the calculation.
That's,
So it performed better than gold. This car too. This car holds its price and it growing every year. Perform better
the older
than
it gets, right?
Yes.
That's vintage. I mean,
all the Ferraris, all the cars, whatever you saw today, all are golds with tires.
Understood.
Wow.
Understood. I am seeing now classical cars from a total different perspectives.
Classic cars, classic watches. This is
watch.
1968 Rolex.
Oh.
Fucking expensive.
So it's 1968 and 1968. Oh, bro, very nice.
Same year.
Okay.
So this is, I only wear it on certain days. So it will be on my box.
Today was
most
a
of it.
special day.
Special day. So this is the same watch that Steve McQueen wear.
Wow.
Similar, 1968 Rolex.
This is like the Steve McQueen collection.
Yeah,
right here.
I'm
But
a big fan.
explain me this a bit. Educate me on that.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't understand watches yet. Other than the investment part, what is that difference that watch makes on a hand? Like how?
Okay. To be a bit typical answer, it shows that you appreciate times, right? I love when you wear a watch. I will look at you at your watch. It will be the first I will look at a guy.
Because eye contact and then you look down as well as it's popping out.
I will look at the watch.
It helps with the business,
I will
guess,
see,
as well.
This guy appreciates time, has a good taste.
And what would you say someone wearing Apple Watch?
A noob, but yeah, no problem. I have Apple Watch. I have an Apple Watch too. But I bought Hermes Apple Watch.
And you use it for a reason.
I use it, yeah. But Hermes is a brand that I admire. They've been in the world since 1880 something. So it's a 100 over years brand. It's Hermes. You know Hermes is
Of course, the definition of timeless actually.
So Hermes make Apple collaboration with Apple. So I bought it because of the collaboration. I was 39.
39.
1 year younger than my plan. So yeah, I wanted to be a millionaire when I was 40.
You hacked it a bit 1 year.
Yeah, so I hacked it a bit. 39, I made it big. 39.
Wow.
Then the first million is tough. The second million is inevitable.
I mean, someone told me about this and I agreed.
Yeah, the first million is tough because you don't know where to start, what to do. Once you get that first million, the second million is inevitable. But 1 million is so small.
Yeah.
When you think, I want to be a millionaire, I want to have 1 million, buy one Ferrari, finish.
True.
Yes.
Yeah. whenever you reach a goal, like you can never run out of goals. I feel like
Yeah.
you achieve that and be like, I'm looking forward to something else.
Yes.
But when you are in the process of achieving that 1 million, for example, you think that once I reach there, that's it. That's all I want from life. But then, I don't know. The road is just you never get to the top. Basically, I feel
That's what
like.
happened to people who do 9 to 5. They are so-called unit trust agents will tell you, you will have 2.5 million when you retire. Now put your money now. Oh, 2.5 million, so much, so big. Then you reach that age, then you say, alamak, finish already.
You already said about the job. What do you think about a person who graduates and the first thing is going to look for the job and try to be at the same place to do 9 to 5 again and again? And I feel like then he will miss his 20 to 30s time, 10 years to experiment, right?
Okay, take 9 to 5 as a university, as a college. You go, you learn, but you get paid better than a university.
True.
Learn. Go to a company where you want to learn from. That's the fastest way to learn. Go to learn, don't go to earn.
Yeah.
Learn. But as a bonus, you get salary.
Yeah.
You won't get that in university.
It's like after graduating, you have to do a longer internship where you are getting paid, but you are getting learning as well.
Yes, you learn. But this is the time for you to learn what you want. Not whatever your university in your teens tell you where to go, right?
That's true. You got a little bit more freedom
So
there.
do 9 to 5. You have to. Because if you start business straight out of university, you won't understand the discipline, the motivation in a company. Go in a SME. Learn from SME.
And you don't understand the team structure, how big teams are working
Yes,
as well. If you are just starting out that, okay, I'm either doing alone or maybe one of my friend, or it's not, you don't know exactly how big companies are working on.
True.
So it's
Work.
more like experience
Work.
and you
work.
have to do it.
If you think you can work long, work. So while working, you gain your knowledge and capitals. Save it. Save the capitals to start something in your 30s. So work, no problem.
Yeah. Wow.
Work as much. Go to Starbucks, go to whatever.
But what about if someone like, because I really do believe that age is just a number and it doesn't make sense. Like it's a good thing to consider it like 20s to 30s and something like that. But some people start thinking from the perspective how they are supposed to think from 20s to 30. They start thinking after 30 like that. And then like how would you see that? Like, did you get my point, right? Like some people get that same exposure which you are supposed to get it from 20 to 30 after 30.
There is no right or wrong answers. For me, if you do one thing, do it in a long, like a marathon. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter where you start. Just do it long. If you start at 30, do it. If you do it at 40, do it. But the circumstances might change because you might have a family, you might have bigger risk. So the earlier you start, the better. You can start any point in your life, but the process is the same. Go the long distance. Simply put, people say it's 10,000 hours.
Yeah, I know about it.
Do it. Do the 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours is not short. It is long. Let's say you are. I always ask this to my. I have a class in IKIGAI. I teach people IKIGAI, where a Japanese concept of finding your purpose.
Oh.
So I do
Wow.
seminars, I do teachings. I always ask, mostly when Muslim students came, I will ask, how many hours you spend a day praying? Normally, they will answer less than 1 hour a day praying, like 5 times.
Yeah.
So one time, let's say 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So only 50 minutes. So some extra dua, whatever, let's say 1 hour a day. So if you apply 10,000 hours in Salat, if you pray 1 hour a day, how many years you need to master Salat? Applying 10,000 hours. Can you answer?
Yes.
How many hours?
Uh,
How many years?
10,000 hours is how many years?
You're saying
27 years.
27. Ooh. It's 27. Damn.
Long, right?
Yeah, very long.
If you do
That's
only
an
1
hour.
hour a day,
And you need to be consistent, I guess.
27.
Yeah,
It's long.
very long.
How
That's
you
doable.
how you want to make it short? Pray for 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
Pray 4 hours a day.
True.
Pray 8 hours a day. So 8 hours a day you pray, or you play chess, or you drive car, or you race go-kart, you can be a master at 3 years. If you do 8 hours. Because you have 24 hours. I always tell this to people so many times. You need 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work, 8 hours of what? You have 8 hours more to do something yang you really want. We have 24 hours, right?
Sure.
8 hours of rest, including sleeping, 8 hours of actual work. You get paid,
Yeah.
you have 8 hours. Then you will spend this watching Netflix lah, doing nothing lah.
Yeah.
So
Or
this is the 8
practicing.
hours you
Yeah.
apply on that 10,000
That
hours,
goal, yeah.
but you need 3 years. That's what most of the banks will ask for 3 years portfolio, 3 years of management accounts to see how you perform.
Wow. Yeah.
And I recently learned that one thing. I was like from Quran. Hazrat Daud, you know, right? He used to be the king in the daytime, lawyer in the midday, and what do you call it? The one who do with the iron and stuff.
Yes,
like,
the steel, yeah. The
I-
smith.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that formula, I really liked it, and I feel like, okay, like this is how something that keeps you humble as well, and you are putting the exact consistent hours in that specific thing every day.
Yes.
And you know, like I feel like people do understand the 10,000 hours thing, but in that 10,000 hours, you really need consistency, which is the
Consistency.
hardest part.
That's what we were taught in prayer. God asked us to just do it 5 times a day. If you can do this, you can do everything else. People will think, later lah. No. If you miss the discipline, you will miss everything.
True.
Commitment
Discipline
and
is the key.
discipline,
Yeah.
that's-
Discipline, yeah.
That's very inspiring. All right. So since 23
Okay.
is your number,
23.
23 rapid fire.
Let's
questions.
go.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with round 1.
Round 1.
Okay. Do you want to do
Ding,
round
ding.
2? Oh,
Yeah, sure.
All
Why
right.
not?
Round 1. Favorite day of the week.
Wow.
Don't think, just answer.
Friday,
Okay. Favorite vacation place in Malaysia.
my hometown.
Where is it?
Perak.
There.
Okay.
Yeah. Best movie of all time.
Fight Club.
Favorite holiday.
Hari Raya.
Fill in the blank. Okay. Fill in the blank.
Okay.
Durian is.
Waste of money.
Okay. What's an underrated car brand?
Ooh, underrated. Mazda.
All right. Now, very well done. We'll move on
let's-
to round 2.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
What's your favorite snack?
Snack. Hap Sing biscuits.
Hopsy.
The crackers.
Okay. What's your favorite motorbike?
Wow, Norton. Classic Norton. British Norton.
Okay. And okay, who do you look up to in any situation? Like
Used to be my late mother. But now I think my children.
place you most want to travel to, like
Wow, I went to everywhere, but I think I want to go again to Jerusalem.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to today's youth, Gen Zs?
You.
Yeah, 10,000 hours.
10,000.
Oh,
Right, right.
the 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours.
Yeah, this is your camera.
Oh, sorry.
No.
No,
This is everyone's camera. This is your camera specifically.
10,000 hours.
10,000. That's amazing. All right, on to round 3. This
Right.
is a this or that situation.
Okay.
Okay. I handpicked them myself. I hope you like them. All
Okay.
right. Nasi lemak or asam laksa?
Nasi lemak. Nasi lemak.
Indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor.
Books or movies?
Oh, tough.
Sorry.
Tough. I love both. I read books in my flights. I watch movies in my flights. Both.
Both.
No, I cannot choose.
Fair,
Sorry.
fair. Okay, sorry about this one, but motorbikes or sport cars?
Tough.
I mean, you're free to answer both.
Both.
Okay.
I cannot choose.
Football or basketball?
Football.
Hiking or cycling?
Hiking.
Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
Okay.
Easy.
Home cooked meal or
Home-cooked
tapao? Okay, home cooked. Let's go. Sambal manis or sambal pedas?
Oh, sambal pedas.
Pedas. Let's go. Roti canai or naan?
Roti canai.
Teh tarik or serap bandung?
Teh tarik.
Okay, well done. Wow, you're very like.
Easy.
Teh tarik
Yeah,
or
that was
coffee?
an easy round.
Teh tarik or coffee?
Teh tarik.
Still
Still
teh tarik.
teh tarik,
Oh, I thought you loved coffee.
I love coffee, but you cannot beat teh tarik.
That's
Teh
true.
tarik has the guilt. I
The
love
guilt
that guilt.
element, right?
What do you mean by that?
Because it will make you fat.
the milk
has the
part.
condensed
yeah,
milk.
Yeah, okay.
It is nice, but you have guilt. You have like, should I finish this? Coffee, no problem. You can have it anytime, any amount.
But don't you
Yeah.
feel like the coffee is way too addictive? Like in that way?
I'm not addicted to coffee, but teh tarik is a guilty pleasure, you know. You once in a while you say, "Fuck, I'm gonna do this," you know.
It's also like a Malaysian drink, right? Like
Malaysian
the most
drinks.
popular
That's why
drink here.
people get diabetes.
I
yeah.
was drinking black coffee every day and then I got very lean.
Ah.
And then I realized I stopped, quit. And then after that, I slowly started latte. And you are right about that guilt part because I know that milk and
Yeah,
contents or whatever
yeah,
is going inside. So
yes.
Yeah.
understandable. Very nice.
I just want to go back to the durian part. Are you a
Ah.
fan of durian?
Not really.
Okay.
I can live without, but once in a while I indulge in good durian.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to pay for the best durian. So
My first
That's true.
durian was with you guys.
Yeah?
Even Shah's first durian. Yeah.
we took
Really?
them for durian.
How
yeah.
was it? How was the?
I loved it.
They loved it
Yeah.
because it was a good durian, and there's a trick to eat durian. You cannot
What's
just
the trick?
you cannot just eat it in a bite because you won't understand the taste. You have to really eat
the
it.
whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, people
Wow.
normally eat it like that.
Really?
you
No,
won't
for
en-
me, I just jumped
If
in
you
on the
eat
whole thing.
a bit, then you won't understand.
Yeah.
So you will hate it.
Yeah, it's also very misunderstood. I feel like if you eat it
Yes.
in a pie or like ice
Yeah,
cream
no,
flavored,
yeah.
it's
No,
but
yeah.
the fresh fruit tastes
Yes.
really good.
Someone
Highly
told
recommend
me-
it.
Yes.
Someone
Yeah.
told me about that part that don't just regularly try durian, try it with someone professional. And you know that situation was made on purpose somehow that
Yeah.
okay, we are going to eat durian after that.
You need to be. You have to have someone to encourage you because
And-
people
Yeah.
will. You cannot.
After that, we went to Penang recently, and in Penang with Amir and Samit, we ate at this like durian season going on, and we went to
Ah.
the hill.
Penang is
Yeah.
good. Penang is
Whoa,
good.
whoa, that durian was
Penang
too
is
good.
good,
We
yeah.
ate like 3 kg for 3 people.
Now you get addicted to it.
3 kg.
Once you like it,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the barometer for people who live in Malaysia. You are really living in Malaysia. You must love durian.
It's a
That's
proper
true.
And
That's the
fruit.
second
It
question.
fills
Right?
you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You cannot do that. No, you're not.
Are you a fan of fruits overall?
I love home cooked. So yeah, I love fruits.
Fruits.
Fruits. No, I'm not a big fan of fruits, but I eat it when my wife.
What is your favorite one if I ask you?
It should be strawberry because living poor when you were a child, strawberry is
Affordable?
It's not affordable.
It's not affordable. It's
That's why-
expensive.
Oh,
Yeah, you want it.
You cannot have it, but only in a candy, wrapped in strawberry
flavor.
pictures on it. Then this is
Yeah.
my strawberry.
Yeah.
Then when you
Yeah.
grow up, not that good at all.
I would say I was very privileged on that part because my dad had a friend who had a strawberry farm. So every time we used to go to our kampong, we stop in
Yeah.
between, get the whole box, and they're like, too much
Lovely.
strawberries. Yeah.
A good strawberry is very expensive. Strawberry from Japan, from Hokkaido, will cost you hundreds
Yeah.
in the grocers.
That's
But
true.
Japan they put technology in their farming, so the fruits, everything is top notch. Yeah, very juicy.
Nice.
I mean, I feel very inspired just by I feel very inspired by your story and
Thank you so
shared
much.
with us today,
Yeah, that's
really.
what
I mean,
my purpose. I want to inspire more more young.
Yeah,
young
and-
Just one
people.
thing, sorry, before I
Yeah.
cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Give me exact list of, like, let's say top 5 mm, books every youth should read.
Oh, you just need 2 books, Al-Quran and Think and Grow Rich
You can go rich.
by Napoleon Hill. These 2 books enough. But if you want to add 3 more, I would go for Murakami, Norwegian Wood. It's a fiction, love story. You can see the beauty of poetry. I heard recently from Ethan Hawke. You know Ethan Hawke?
No.
He's an actor in the 80s and the 90s. Ethan Hawke used to marry to Uma Thurman. He said art is a privilege. It's a sustenance because you will try to find art or poetry when you were out of love, you were betrayed, then you will start to make sense by reading poems, you know?
Yeah.
Because poem has it beautifully written that you should be your heart like this, like that, blah 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 blah, you know? Then you start to appreciate poem, then it start to make sense. Oh, I'm just living in the vast world with blah blah blah, you know? So
Yeah.
poem is a sustenance, things that you need to read. So indulge yourself in once in a while in a fiction, in like whatever you want to do, Lord of the Ring ke. But I love Murakami. It's a Japanese writer, Haruki Murakami. The book called Norwegian Wood. It's about Japanese life
Okay.
in the 60s or 70s in Beatles time. So that's number 3. I love the book written by 50 Cent.
Okay.
50 Cent, the rapper.
Yeah.
He has a
Which
book.
book?
He has a book. He has a
Okay.
couple. One was written with Robert Greene, the author of Art 40
40
Laws
Rules of Love.
sorry. 40 Laws. He has Art of Seduction. He has 40 Rules of Laws, Art of War. Robert Greene. Robert Greene has a very good study on history, and he study characters from Caesar, from JFK, Marilyn Monroe. He made it into a very thorough book, how to study human being and how to use their character in the modern world. He co-wrote a book with 50 Cent called 50th Laws. So 50 Cent has his own book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. 50 Cent is legit. He been shot, he was a drug dealer, he was a rapper, but he stayed relevant by being a producer behind the scene. He has a TV producing company and of course music producing company. That's why he is still relevant. Some of the rappers irrelevant because they waste the money, like all the 80s, 90s rapper like Vanilla Ice, no more money, no more substance. But 50 Cent, amazingly, he doesn't drink like me. He don't smoke. I don't smoke. I can relate that part where him as a rapper looks like a pimp. But when you read his memoir, his Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, you say, wow, I can relate to him. He's a good businessman. He really planned well. So that's one of the book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. So there you go. Al-Quran is the first that will teach you on how to live your life. I'm currently rereading tafsir and some elaboration of the Quran, where I realized Quran is an easy read because you can just sit in a flight, you can finish one surah just few minutes. But just my trick is to read it with a sheikh. You have in your app
Yeah.
Quran Explorer, where you have the reader from a famous sheikh.
Yeah.
Read it with him.
Okay.
If you read it with him, you will go through Quran better and faster instead of reading by yourself. You listen to his voice, then you read it with him.
I understood, because you know how I do
Faster.
it, and it was very natural, and I feel like Allah makes a way to you to listen that thing. I started reading, I started changing the translations, different books, different point of views, and then I started on while what I read, I started listening after that, and then after reading and listening, I started writing down the pointers what I
Oh, that's
like.
better.
So you like it's like your brain absorbs it and you remember it each and
That's
every
better.
occasion.
Yeah, because Al-Quran is written in a poetic
Yeah,
version, so it's not easy to understand.
It's
You have to read
open-ended, yeah.
tafsir, you have to read commentary, you have to read the summary, then you can understand. So do it. That's the first. Second is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It was written in 1927 and still applicable nowadays. Almost 100 years worth of book from Napoleon Hill, who studied all the millionaires like Andrew Carnegie is the metal king, like who's the Indian guy, this rich guy, billionaire in India who produced metal. Ambani,
Ambani,
the Ambani family.
Yeah.
Recently, the son got married. Fat
Yeah, so many weddings. Yeah.
millions of dollars, right? The father is a billionaire. They make steel. They produce steel. Steel is important. This is steel. Oh, and one thing about steel, there's a surah in Al-Quran,
Surah Al-Hadid.
Surah Al-Hadid,
Yes.
means steel. And when you read it, I went to Florida to Ripley's. You like Believe It or Not? You know Ripley's? Believe It or Not?
Is that like, excuse me, a program on TV?
It was a program, but
Yeah, I used to
based on
watch
this
it.
one guy called Ripley's. He
Okay.
will travel the world in the early 20s to find amazing things.
Yeah.
People who look like monkey lah, all the things in the world yang amazing things. Ripley's Believe It or Not,
Yeah.
just hence the title. But they found a meteorite in China, dated in the dynasty Ming, which is in the 14th century, like 600-700 years ago, where they found a meteorite in the earth from the sky, and the meteorite contains 97% metal and 3% nickel. But that shows that metal, steel, is alien. It's not earthly born. It's from outer space. God sent it into the earth and buried it.
Yeah, it's such a fundamental element of life, like
Yes.
our
So Al-Hadith.
inventions and everything.
So
yeah.
I told them this is alien.
Yeah,
I'm
that
investing
increases
in
the value
alien.
too.
It's somehow you were right about gold with tires, so it
Yes.
makes sense now.
This is gold with tires.
Yeah, true.
This is metal.
I mean, the color alone is such like it stands out.
Yeah.
It's not like a common car color, I would say.
Now they
Yeah.
don't use metal, they use aluminium. It's a mix of a few other cheaper, more robust, flexible elements.
Yeah.
Before they just have metals.
Yeah.
So yeah, classic
this is the real
metal.
deal.
So it is alien.
Yeah.
E.T. call
Welcome, welcome to Earth. That's amazing.
Have you
Wow.
watched the movie Don't Look Up?
I watch it. Yeah.
The same somehow formula.
Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah.
and not Claire Danes. Who was the from Titanic? No?
Jennifer
Lawrence.
Lawrence? Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good. That
I
was a
watched
good-
it somehow 2 times and I unlocked a lot of things. Like it was like good. It makes sense comparing to the real life
Yeah.
scenarios. And I do feel like if something like this big is coming to Earth, they would be finding a thing that like, okay, how this can benefit us doesn't matter what happens to the world.
It's actually a very sad story.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very sad, but it's very like alarming as well. That what
For
they
sure.
show us, like they showed the U.S. president saying that, oh yeah, all is good, all is good, and she's like running away on a different spacecraft to another planet.
Right?
Yeah. And even the situation they showed one part where she runs away with the cellular company guy and she forgot her son in
Yeah.
the same room where everyone left, and that shows like if in a situation like that people don't really care who's the son, and it's mentioned in some
end of the
Quran
world.
as well that
Yeah,
the time
in
will
Mashar.
come.
Yeah, in
peop-
Mashar.
Yeah, people won't realize if someone is pregnant, she won't care about her baby. She will like, okay, I want to save myself first.
Yeah.
So true. I agree. Nice.
Thank you for all the stories.
No
I
problem.
feel very inspired, and we're very lucky to sit with you today.
Thank you so much for the
especially
time.
on this pleasant occasion of
Yeah, beautiful
distinguished
place, beautiful views.
Gentleman Drive, and
Beautiful
and
team.
we got the Twin Towers there. It's
Yes.
very
It's stainless steel.
tourist coded in a way.
It's a stainless steel, you know.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
It's stainless steel.
Wow, it's actually a good shot for the
Yeah,
car
it's
as well.
Tun Mahathir's idea.
And it doesn't matter. There are other buildings here as well. But this building doesn't matter how much you see, it stays the same. Like every time it feels like,
Yes.
oh, mighty.
It
It's
feels
still
newer.
the tallest twin tower in the world.
Yeah, I love this.
That's what Tun Mahathir was the one who sent us to Japan. He was the one who had the idea of look east policy, which is learn from the Japanese. So
Watch
he
and learn.
he
Wow.
started it in the 80s. So I'm the 16th batch. I'm the 16th batch. So yeah, we learn from Japanese.
And now,
And
after
one part
that-
is Japanese, one part is Korean.
Really?
Yeah.
Like engineers or like
Yes.
the
They
team?
were competing.
Oh.
One is by Japanese, one is by I don't know which is which, but one is Japanese, one is
And who won the race?
Korean. And the bridge was made by French.
French.
French uniting
French
Koreans.
united,
That's happening.
That's a beautiful story.
But technically Korean is emerging now. Japanese are old school.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why they cannot grow big. They are stagnant since I came back. 30 years of almost zero inflation, hardly increment in the salaries. They are just like that. Sadly, about Japanese. So that's why Japanese is struggling, and the youth they don't get married, they don't have children, the old don't die.
I feel like the influence somewhere got wrong, maybe.
Yeah, because when you become a very developed country and everything got so expensive, then it becomes what you said just now. People will be selfish. I don't want a children. I have to fork out millions of yens to feed and to educate him. I'm just going to focus on myself. So
It's
people
like-
will become selfish.
It's like strong men create good times, and then good times create
Create
weak people.
weak people create hard times. Hard
Yes.
time gonna create.
It's very accurate.
Accurate.
If you read
Downhill.
the generational histories and stuff, it's very accurate.
That's why in Malaysia we are still young. The country itself only 60 plus years, so we are still young. We are not like Japanese, not even close yet, but there are spaces for us to grow.
US is a big example of
Yeah,
good times, weak men.
yeah. So yeah, I went to the US. Apparently, 70% are fat, are overweight.
Obese, yeah.
40% over are obese, and it's a paradoxical because fat people are the poor people. I mean the poorer class. Why? It's a paradox because they eat cheap stuff. Healthy food are expensive.
True.
When I went to Florida, there are so many huge people. I was like, wow. Then I went to New York, I see people running in the Central Park. I was like, wow, beautiful people is in New York.
Yeah, lifestyle.
My cousins came from New York and they saw KL and they were like, what a city, it's so good. Like they were like, we somehow want to move, like, or like, at least get a home here because we loved it. It's way better than New York.
Ah.
And I couldn't really understand it. I was like, here I'm dreaming of New York and you're telling me KL is that good.
Ah,
But it's
yeah.
still good because
Yeah.
according to them, the main thing was, first of all, it's a Muslim country, obviously.
Yeah,
It's
the
easier.
foods, yeah.
But secondly, it's super clean and cheap.
Yes, yes.
So you don't
Live
get it
in Malaysia, sell your products in America.
Yes.
And
exactly.
Malaysia is such a welcoming country as well. Like any foreigner you ask that live here, they will tell you it's very adaptable. Like everything is available, all kinds of food.
True.
People are friendly and welcoming. I mean, the weather is amazing at all times, except when it rains and it's jammed. But again, we gotta learn the art of driving in the rain and when it's jammed,
The
right?
Art of Driving in the Rain. Watch it. Who
Yeah,
didn't watch it?
I've seen it. a couple
Even I haven't
times.
You
watched
watch.
it. Yeah, I
Watch
haven't
it, please.
Very, very.
Beautiful
Yeah.
Ferraris inside. There is a modern Ferraris, and he drove a classic Ferrari with his dog at the end of the scene. Beautiful Ferrari worth 20 million US dollars.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay. Definitely.
Ferrari
It's on the watch
is-
list now.
yeah,
There are a
that's
lot of
a-
books to read as well now.
Yeah.
Start with Think and Grow Rich.
I will definitely.
That's the book that you can read from time to time. You won't, because the knowledge is applicable anytime.
True. True.
You know, the art of the best part, even they say there is a part about sex transmutation, where sex is the most powerful energy in the world, but you can transmute it into art, into success. Read it. It's a very good.
You know,
and how to teach your subconscious mind.
somehow you are one of those person that inspired me to read books. I think if you remember, I texted you as well that I'm 23 and I realized I don't read books because books. The reason why I didn't read books, because like you know how you have been fed in young age that like from school that it's hard to get the books done and stuff, like they make you irritated that that's how books are to be read and you run away from that. So my brother reads a lot of books as well. So I was figuring out, okay, I can't read books. It's very hard to sit with patients and stuff. Somehow, some good guy, I don't know, he put it in my mind that if you want to start reading, start with the kids' books. Start with something that is very easy to adopt, like a 10-year or 5-year-old reads. And I somehow luckily got it from a second-hand store. It's 2 books, one small book of a kid, like 10 years old, 12 years old book,
Oh.
and a 15-year-old kid's novel, something like that. And after when I finished that novel, I was like, oh damn! Like it's like I watched a movie over a span of 4 months, and it's crazy. And after that, I try my best to read every day. Obviously, the Quran is the main thing, but other than that, I try to keep up. One thing you tell me on that: is it okay to read 2 books at the same time?
No, don't do that. Unless it's a similar topic. Unless you are doing a research, you can do that. Because when you do research, you need many books. When you do engineering project, engineering things, you have to have many books. Because you have to refer every formulas, every inch of thing with different books. So yeah, that's the only time you can read many books simultaneously.
Because
Other than that, focus in one subject.
because somehow my habit was that because I started loving reading books, I had one while sleeping next to me. So before I sleep, I read that one.
That's no problem. That's no problem.
But the niche is different. So nowadays I'm reading the top 100 personalities, like something like that. That guy wrote, and like it starts with Muhammad first, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then after that like 99 other people. So it's very like because I don't remember much from school what I got to know. So that's why I said in the starting somehow I feel it is a scam, but obviously not everywhere and not with everyone. But that's how I'm adopting, and I have one book related to habits or anything like self growth on my phone, and randomly if someday I don't know what to do, then I pick a random book and I start reading from there. But I agree with your point that yeah, one book should be the primary and the other book can be secondary for a while just to cut it and then put it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just like keeping the recommendation list.
Yeah.
There's movies and books and so many things.
We can do a whole
Yeah.
2-hour podcast on that.
For sure. So many things to talk about, but again, thank you for
Yes,
for your
no
time
problem.
and
No
for being
problem.
with us
so
today.
Thank you for the time. Thank you for the
Yeah.
nice, good questions.
Oh, really? I'm glad you like the questions.
This podcast was long due. I was like very pumped, very curious, trying to think and stuff. Then Aya somehow like got sent her in our life, and somehow like we managed to
Yeah,
find a way, and she
women
helped
are
a
sent
lot.
by God from our race.
Yes.
So
Well,
yeah,
I'm happy to be here as well because I'm learning a lot as well. And yeah, thank you for having me on here.
Thank
and,
you, thank you,
thank
guys.
you for your time and for being with us today.
say hi to your father.
I will.
He can
He
drive
let me borrow
anytime.
his jacket for today's event. And
He
like,
can drive the car
gentleman.
anytime.
Aw,
Ask him to come and meet me.
that's amazing
Yeah.
for sure.
I will make him buy a classic car too.
He loves Mercedes. He
Ah,
thinks
Mercedes is
Mercedes
good.
is like the #1 car in the
Okay.
world. Maybe you can
There are
change
some
his
people like
mind.
that. Yes. No, no problem.
Yeah, that's
Mercedes is good. German is good.
Yeah,
I love Porsches. I
Yeah.
have few Porsches. He can see that it's a German thing.
Yeah, so he's more of a car guy than I am, obviously.
Beaut.
But yeah,
Lovely.
he'd love to meet you for sure.
Yeah, Porsche is good. German is good. I love German. German and Japan I love. These two countries. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
send my
quality.
son in one in Japan and one in German. I love these countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's so much more to talk
Yeah.
about, but
I'm expecting one more podcast later
One more
when we
session.
got good with the podcast setup and everything
Okay.
at
Yeah.
Doplohtiga space.
About, like, the
I,
travels.
I'm saying this to manifest that, and inshallah soon
Let's
it will
go,
happen.
yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do
Let's
it.
do
Because
it.
I'm sure there's so much more to talk about.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you
and
so
it's
much.
Thank you so
amazing
much.
being
Aya.
in
Thank
the
you,
so
man.
much.
Okay.
Let's say bye.
Perfect.
Bye. Mana camera. Bye. Bye.
All the cameras.
Oh.
Very nice.
Thank you,
very
guys.
nice. Thank you, Nihal. I love you, bro.
Thank you guys.